Today I am sharing with you 5 different meals. Some of these are new recipes. They are absolutely delicious. I hope you enjoy this. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. All of these meals are 500 calories or less if you are counting your calories. I will have all of the links to the new recipes down below in the description. Hi there, my name is Mandy and this is Living in the Mom Lane. Our first meal is coming in at 387 calories, sour cream beef noodle casserole. This was absolutely delicious, very good left over. The first thing I did was go ahead and cook up my egg noodles, drained those, set them to the side. Now I'm browning some hamburger meat. I will drain that, set that to the side. In the same skillet, I'm going to saute some onions and minced garlic, and then I'll add in the hamburger meat, mix that all up. Now the recipe called for 2 cans of tomato sauce and 1 can of tomatoes. I only had 1 can of tomato sauce, so I used 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and it turned out really good. Next, I'm gonna add some Worcestershire sauce, or what's this here sauce?
It's Worcestershire. Okay, that was fun.
Next, I'm adding in some smoked paprika. I love the flavor of smoked paprika, and some red pepper flakes. I don't add a whole lot of this because I want the kids to eat it and not think that it's too spicy. But once I add that in, I'm just gonna give it a good stir, mix everything all together. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'll let the sauce simmer for about 5 minutes to let it thicken up a little bit. In my large mixing bowl, I'm gonna add those egg noodles into the bowl and then add in 8 ounces of sour cream, a cup of cottage cheese, some Parmesan cheese, and then I'm just gonna mix that all up until it's well incorporated. Now that the egg noodles and cheeses are mixed together, I'm going to add half of that to a 9x13 pan, and then half of the beef mixture, and then 1 cup of cheddar cheese. Then I'll go back in and finish layering it with the rest of the noodles, the rest of the beef mixture, and another cup of cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna bake this in a 350-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the cheese is melted. You can top it with some parsley if you want. I did not, but like I said, this was really good. I had lots left over, so I ended up having this like 3 days in a row for my lunches. The kids really enjoyed it, and Jason liked it as well. Next up is Crockpot chicken marsala. This came in at 281 calories. I did not use marsala wine, so mine was actually probably less calories than that. So the first thing I'm doing is seasoning my chicken breast with garlic powder, dried basil, thyme, paprika, salt, and pepper. In my skillet, I have some olive oil heating up over medium-high heat. I'm just gonna add the seasoned chicken breast to the hot oil and cook about 3 minutes per side, just until browned. While the chicken is browning, I was washing my mushrooms. I'm just gonna rinse those off really well, drain that, and then spin them dry in my OXO salad spinner. I love this thing. I will link it down below if you are in the market for one. Now that my chicken is all browned, I'm just gonna transfer that over to my Crockpot insert. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt and pepper to the chicken. I'm I'm going to place the insert back into my crock pot, add those mushrooms on top of the chicken with some minced garlic. Using the same skillet, I'm going to add the MARSALA wine. However, I'm using chicken broth. I'm going to cook it for about a minute, scraping up all those little browned bits from the bottom of the skillet, and then I'll pour that over top of the chicken and the mushrooms. I will cook this on low for 4 to 5 hours or on high for 2 to 3 hours until the chicken is done with an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Once it's done, I'm going to remove the chicken breast and place those on a plate. In a measuring cup, I just combine some water and cornstarch and whisk that. Then I'll pour that into the chicken broth or wine mixture, and then I'll pour in some heavy whipping cream. If you want it to be a little bit creamier, you'll use more heavy whipping cream. Then I'm going to add that chicken back to the sauce and cook on high for another 20 minutes or until the sauce is thickened. I served this with a side of green beans. I think if I did use MARSALA wine, it would have tasted much better. But like I said, I was trying to keep the carb count and the calorie count lower. Next is green bean sausage casserole, coming in at 437 calories. The first thing I did was wash all of my potatoes, and I'm just going to cut those in half, and then I'm going to add them to a gallon-size Ziploc bag. And I'm using this little stand that holds the bag open. I always used like a bowl or something, but I did get these for either my birthday or a Christmas gift one year. Absolutely love them. I will link them down in the description. You can find them on Amazon. So I'm just going to set those potatoes to the side, and then I'm going to slice up my smoked sausage, and I'll put that over to the side. Look at this onion, how huge. I think this is the biggest onion I've ever seen. But I'm going to go ahead and cut that all up and then place that to the side as well. And I'm using my nifty little onion chopper. I love this thing. I'll link it down below as well. I also received this as a birthday or Christmas present. I think it was my birthday, but it makes chopping onions and veggies so easy. Back to my potatoes, I'm going to add in some olive oil, some Slap Ya Mama seasoning, garlic powder, and pepper. You're also supposed to add some red pepper flakes, but I didn't because I didn't want it to be too spicy for the kids. So I'm just going to put all of that into the baggie, and then I'll shake it up. I'll seal it, and then I'll shake it up really good. Next, I'm adding in 2 cans of drained green beans, and then I'll seal the bag up again and mix it all together, and then just set that to the side. Now it's time to brown the sausage. In my skillet, I have some water heated up. I'm going to just brown the sausage on all the sides. Once that's browned, I'm going to put it into a bowl and set it over to the side so it can cool down a little bit. In the same skillet, I'm going to add some butter and let that melt, and then I'm going to add in those chopped onions and some minced garlic and let those saute a little bit. Now that my sausage has cooled down a little bit, I'm going to add it to that Ziploc baggie and seal it up, and then give it a good shake until everything is mixed together. Now I'm adding all of those contents back into that skillet with the onions. I'm going to mix it all up really nice and well. I'm going to put the lid on, place it in the oven, and bake it for about 40 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. This was a very good meal with very few leftovers. That's how good it was. I don't have a recipe for the next meal. It's just chicken, bacon, and avocados in a tortilla. I do use the carb counter tortillas, so this meal came in at about 300 calories for one tortilla wrap. I first seasoned the chicken with some garlic, salt, onion powder, and pepper. I also go ahead and put the bacon into the air fryer and let that start cooking. In my skillet, I am melting some butter and I'm gonna just place the chicken in there. I had really large chicken breast here, so the one that's even bigger, I had to end up butterflying it when it was almost done, but I didn't want the outside of it to burn, so I butterflied it and then placed it down in the skillet. Once it was done and reached a 165-degree internal temperature, I just removed it from the skillet, placed it on a plate, and then started cutting it into slices. While the chicken was frying, I did have to add a little bit more oil to the skillet just so it wouldn't burn. I wanted to grill the chicken, but I didn't have any gas for the grill, so I had to do it in the skillet, which it turned out really good, juicy and tender. This was a quick meal to make. So for the toppings, I just had some cheese, tomatoes, the avocado. I did use a little bit of ranch dressing and rolled it up. It was very good. I had enough leftovers to make lunch for the next day, but instead of using the tortilla, I just had it all mixed up in a bowl, and it was so delicious. The next meal was a dual effort. I made the sides and Jason made the fish. He did 3 different flavors of fish. One was garlic and pepper. Another was Everglades Heat and Everglades Chicken and Fish. The Everglades seasoning is made right here in Florida in a small town called Sebring. This meal was very good. The entire meal came in at 560 calories. That was with 3 fillets of fish, a cup of broccoli, and a cup of rice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.